smart car has established itself as a terrific town car. We no longer think twice when we see one parked head-on into the pavement. Well, now it's set to become even more popular with townies because there is an electric version. This is the Smart ED, electric drive. Mercedes has brought just 100 to the UK as part of a trial and will launch according to feedback. It may lack an engine and therefore any noise, but it still boasts a range of 70 miles. It's exempt from a vehicle excise duty and you won't pay a penny in a congestion zone. It's the first electric car that looks as good as a petrol, and that's no surprise because it is derived from this, the Smart Fortwo. But is it as good? To find out, we've come up with 3 tests, starting with acceleration. And as these are city cars, we're going for a traffic light sprint. So it's first at 30 miles an hour. Let's start with the 1-litre 3-cylinder petrol version. 3, 2, 1. Off we go. Bottom sits down, front goes up, and off we go. There, 30 immediately in first gear. That is very quick. So, 4.1 seconds for the petrol. Can the electric car beat that? This car weighs 100 kilograms more than the petrol car, but it has got a bit more power. 75 bhp as opposed to 71 bhp. But the big thing here is this car's torque. It has got loads of it by comparison, and because it comes from an electric motor, it is instant torque, which should be perfect for a quick acceleration run. Okay, here we go. Flat out, nothing happens, then a slight lurch, then we're off. 20 miles an hour, 25, 26, 27, 28, 30. Oh, but not quick enough. 5.7 seconds it took compared to the petrol car's 4.1. However, a test of agility might give the ED a chance to shine, and that is the slalom test. This car's extra weight should really help it here. The heavy batteries are in the middle under the floor, helping to lower the centre of gravity, which will boost stability. That's the theory anyway. Time to put it into practice. So I'm in the middle of a very busy high street. I've got a cyclist, a pedestrian, a taxi, a bus, a pram, got all sorts. But this car just tackling them beautifully, whipping left, right, neatly. There's no body roll, nothing. It responds exceptionally well. Clean, tidy, brilliant. Next up, the petrol. Immediately from the start, it behaves like the electric car, but as soon as you get past the first cone, it really feels much more powerful. You've got more grunt, a higher speed, then this is definitely going to be quicker. So 2-0 to the petrol. But there's one more crucial test, range. At peak time rates, it costs £1.92 to fully charge the electric car. So we're going to fill the petrol model with the same value of unleaded and see which one goes furthest. First, an AA man drained the tank so we could put in the precise amount of fuel. And leaving the electric Smart on charge, I set out to run the petrol car dry. We'll see where we end up when the petrol runs out. I'm going to drive it like I would around a city with lots of braking and accelerating. Now, because it's a bit nippy outside, I'm going to put the heating on. And because it's getting a little bit dark, I'm going to put my lights on. And because I'm going to pretend I've got a frozen rear screen, I'm going to put the heated rear screen on. That's not going to make much of a difference in this car, but it could in the electric car. We have done 6 miles, and everything has been tickety-boo so far. We've done 10 miles now, and the car is behaving perfectly. Oh, I'm beginning to judder. Yeah, it's definitely beginning to run out of fuel. Slowing down, slowing down. That's it. 12 miles. £1.92 got me 12 miles. That's it. Better get the electric. My odometer says 6,040 miles. So, let's see how far we get. I'm driving this electric car in exactly the same way as the petrol. And I've turned on the heating, the lights and that rear screen, giving the batteries a tough test. So, will my £1.92 charge get me any further? I have now done 6 miles and my battery has gone down by 20%. The petrol car's 12-mile marker came and went and the little ED just kept on going. I'm just coming up to my 30th mile and I think that we've pretty much had the best out of our power. Well, it's done 30 miles, it's pretty good going. The electric car really impressed me. Yes, it was slower than the petrol, but it was easier to drive and lasted a lot longer on the same amount of juice. The only trouble is that if you run out of electricity, you can't just phone your mate and ask them to bring you a jerry can. Fortunately, I'm a practical girl, so I've got a solution. Don't write off fossil fuels just yet.
You know, I'm a bit in two minds about that car. I think electric vehicles are actually a really good medium-term solution, but, you know, in the future, you might find that EV is a bit Betamax when fuel cells end up being high-def DVD.
Yep, I totally agree with you, but for here, now, today, the infrastructure to run an electric car is better, and also it only costs 90p if you recharge that car overnight, and that hits you in the wallet.
Yeah, it starts to make a lot of sense, doesn't it?